everybody. I hope you guys have been enjoying this journey that we have started out on. Welcome to another Pointed vlog. It's exclusively for Point Global clients and our emerging businesses out there, where we're trying to educate you on everything market, business model, and growth related. Today, we're talking about design thinking and whether it's useful for emerging businesses. Firstly, what is design thinking? Now, design thinking is a methodology of finding iterative ways of problem solving in business. It's finding iterative and people-centric way of solving complex problems. Design thinking as a methodology started at Stanford University in California. And a big proponent of this, and one of the sources that I use to learn about design thinking is a company called IDEO. But there are many different practitioners of design thinking and agile startup methods and other people and ethnocentric approaches to solving problems in business. Now, design thinking as a methodology has massive potential for small businesses, because what design thinking provides is a way of going directly to a people-centric approach to solving business problems. Now, when you think about design, do you have traditional designs that people think about? You have traditional design like graphics, industrial design, which is a technical, technocentric approach. So you have technical skills that are needed. With design thinking, what you need are more empathetic skills. You need to be able to reflect and understand the mind of your consumers and your customers. Now, the value of that is it allows you to put yourself, when you're using these processes, into the mind of the people who are using your product or services. And the result of that is that you can find unique insights in a non-linear way to the problems that you're having in your business. So you might have a problem that is highly complex, and you might think the way to solve it is this highly complex process where that will cost millions. But if you use methodologies like design thinking, what results oftentimes is that you can find a cheaper, more people-centric way to solving a problem. For example, one of the cases that I love to read about was the GE heart monitor that was developed for India. What happened was GE had a medical device company that made big heart monitors for hospitals. In a rural environment in India, this would cost millions of dollars to be able to get it to a very large population. So what they did, they sent a team to India to really look and understand the problem. And as a result of that process, what resulted was a cheaper, smaller, more portable machine that then went from being developed for the Indian market to being used around the world. And that's what design thinking emphasizes. Now, design thinking looks at really 5 things. One, it's empathizing, it's defining your problem, it's ideating, it's prototyping, and then testing. So it is empathizing, which is putting yourself in the shoe of the consumer or who is using the product or services. It is defining what the problem set is, defining what the challenge is, ideating, coming up with new ways of figuring how this problem can be tackled, prototyping. So it is you can either do a paper prototype or a computer-generated prototyping, and then it's testing this with the target that you're working with. Now, why is this important for emerging businesses? It is important for emerging businesses because design thinking gives you the best way to really come up with a solution very quickly. Go to the market that you're trying to satisfy, give them a taste of it in the cheapest, most lean way, people call it the lean startup method, and then testing whether or not it's acceptable. So I would advocate that if you are a small business, you really should be using lean startup methodologies and design thinking methodologies to attack the problem or come up with even solutions for your business. If you're trying to launch a new product or a service, you want to first of all put yourself in the minds of the potential consumer or users of this product or service. You want to define what their problems are specifically, thinking about the problem from their standpoint. Then you want to ideate and come up with solutions for the problem. And then after you've ideated and come up with a solution, you want to prototype those solutions in the cheapest possible way. For example, if you're trying to launch a mobile app, it might make sense doing a paper prototype first and then going out in the general public and showing them the paper prototype and said, if my app did this and this, would you think it's effective? Would you think it's working? And they will give you feedback before you even go to a computer-generated prototype. There are also some rapid prototyping tools that you can use. Google gives a lot of them in their resource center that you can use to develop prototypes and then go to your potential target audience to see if the prototype works. And then you test those prototypes. And the design thinking process is an iterative process, meaning you're constantly doing these things. You're empathizing, you're defining, you're ideating, you're prototyping, and then you're testing. And you do it in an iterative way. So when you get more information, you again go back, look at what your target audience is doing. Again, you're putting yourself in their shoes, then you're defining what their problems are and how your solution can fix it. Then you're ideating and then prototyping and then testing. And once you have done that enough time, chances are you're going to come up with a solution that is radically different from whether or not you had sit in a boardroom and try to figure out a solution. So absolutely, design thinking is the way to go for emerging business. It's a methodology that should be used if you're looking to grow and scale and come up with solutions for your business. If you're looking to learn more about design thinking, Point Global through our digital housing webinars and workshops often focus on things like design thinking, disruptive business models, and also future scenario planning and those type of activities to drive innovation. I myself work on a lot of innovation projects, so reach out to us. We have a consulting page on our website. Go in, fill that out, send us some information. We can sit with you for an hour at no charge and go through some of the issues that you're having in your business and use some of these methodologies to solve some of your problems. Remember, design thinking is a methodology that uses a human-centric approach to solving business problem. It starts with the emphasis on the human, meaning that you have to put yourself in the position of your target audience. You have to define their need set. You have to then ideate, prototype, and then test and iterate that process. So thank you again for tuning into Pointed, and we're going to come to you with some more content later down in the year after a short break. We're going to have some great guests. I'm going to start interviewing some wonderful people around things like trademark and how do you form a business and a number of other methods to growing and scaling small business. Thank you for tuning in to us. I hope you enjoyed these videos. I hope the content in it provided you with some insight, and I'm looking forward to you staying with us. Please send me your feedback, send me ways that we can improve, send me ways that we can connect better with you, and thank you for tuning into Pointed and I'm coming to Point Global, marketing for content about emerging businesses and growing those businesses. Thank you.